Hi, welcome to the Calgary Herald Yoga video series. My name is Jo.
My name is Hart.
And this is a video sequence for detoxing. So that means working on your digestion, your respiration, and your blood flow, your circulation. And so these few poses that we have here are going to be just great to get you back and ready after your winter holiday time, and also just get everything open and refreshed. Let me say that. So we're going to begin this practice on hands and knees. And so Hart will bring himself onto his hands and knees. And as you move into your hands and knees, you want to spread your fingers nice and wide. Have your knees directly under your hips. Great. So we're going to start here with a little twist, a shoulder opener. So as Hart inhales, he's going to lift his right arm up towards the ceiling. You're going to spread your fingers and reach up nice and tall, ground down through the left hand. And on an exhalation, bring your right arm underneath your left arm. And you can take your right shoulder down to the floor, your head to the floor. If your head doesn't comfortably come to the floor, you can throw a pillow or a blanket or something underneath your head. Good. So Hart knows this pose. He's already moved his left hand out, so your left hand is in line with your eyes. Your elbow is right over your wrist, and then Hart can press back from his elbow to his shoulder, so he can stack his shoulders a little more. And you can stay here, breathe 3 to 5 breaths. If you want to increase it a little bit, you can reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Turn your palm to face behind you and drop it behind your back. You might even be able to grab hold of your right thigh here if that's possible and get a really nice twist and stretch. Good. Okay, so this is a short video sequence. So I'm going to take Hart out of this, and then I would encourage you to push pause, do the other side, and then resume the video. So from here, you'll inhale, lift your left arm back up, bring your left hand to the floor, and on your inhalation, reach up and reach the right arm back up and see if you can really open that up nice. Good. And we'll bring it down. Great. From here, we're going to move to a downward facing dog. So I'm going to have Hart walk his hands forward a little bit. He knows already where he's going. Toes will be tucked under. And you'll inhale and lift your knees up off the floor, and exhale, press your hips back. And you want to find a nice long line here. You know, Hart's been practicing yoga for almost 5 years, so he has a very nice downward facing dog. And if yours doesn't look anything like this, that's okay. We're all on our own path and our own time frame, and you just, with practice, things change. Good. So Hart knows he's pressing his hands down and away. You take your heart back, press your thighs back, lower your heels towards the floor. Good. Let your head go. You can even shake your head out a couple times here. And you want to try and stay here for 3 to 5 breaths. And this is also a nice way to change circulation. We have the head below the heart, a lot happening in this pose. Great. From here, we're going to take a twisted dog. And so Hart will step his feet a little bit forward. And depending on how your balance is, you can take your feet even closer if you need to. So I'll have Hart take his right hand underneath and through and catch hold of his left shin, just like that. You might even be able to hold your ankle. Whatever you've got here, and you pull yourself through your legs and take your gaze even right underneath your arm and breathe. And you're twisting here. The breath gets a little restricted. If you smile, it helps keep everything relaxed. Great. And then we'll go to the other side. So you release your hand, take the left hand across, catch hold, and pull yourself through. And you can see it's a nice twist through the upper back, and the hips, everything else stays pretty stable. So we're really isolating this place, and there's some strength building here. Good. And then we'll release that. Good. From here, we're going to take the left foot between the hands. And so you might be able to just sweep it on through. Like I know Hart can probably sweep this on through, no problem. Good. Okay, if this is an issue, though, put your knees down first and then pull that foot through. And no big deal, you go where you are. We're going to lower that right knee down to the floor. And if you need some padding, you throw a block, blanket, pillow, anything you need underneath that knee. Let it be cushioned. Good. We're going to squeeze the thighs together here. And on an inhalation, sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Good. And you might get wobbly here, but if you squeeze the thighs and lift up through your belly, sides of your waist, even your back, good. And then we'll take the left hand on top of the left thigh, reach up through the right side, like the fingers nice and spread, and exhale, crescent over to the left side. We're just going to open up the right side of the body. Hart's going to take his gaze down to the floor over here, and then we're going to take that right elbow to the outside of the knee. And you can use your left hand to kind of snuggle that left knee, left thigh in a little bit more towards center so you can really get that elbow across. And again, you might even just have your elbow resting on your knee. You go to where you need to be. From here, we're going to take the left palm on top of the right palm. Elbow points up to the ceiling, and then you push the left hand into the right hand. Spin the chest so you get almost that same upper back twist we did in the downward dog twist. And breathe here. Great, so you can stay here for a few breaths. If you want to kick it up, make it a little juicy, you can lift your knee up off the floor, and you might lose your balance here. That's okay. You just play with it, squeeze your thighs together. Beautiful, great. And then I'll have Hart release his hands to the floor. Good, he's going to step back to a downward facing dog. You're going to push pause and do the same twist on the other side. Or rewind the video if you need to hear the instructions and do the same thing on your right side. Good. Okay, I'm going to have Hart take his hand and just move that block out of the way. And from here, we're going to come down to sitting. And so you can put your knees on the floor and just make your way to sit cross-legged. But if, you're feeling a little spicy, as you inhale, lift your heels high. As you exhale, bend your knees and then look past your hands. And you're going to jump and in midair, see if you can cross your ankles and come to sit. And even if you just do a little bit of that today, and whatever you do today is what you do today. And that's great. All right, so Hart's already brought his block into place. You're going to sit up on something, a block, blanket, pillow, whatever you have at home. We'll take cross-legged. And we're just going to take a simple twist here. So start with your hands behind your back. Move your shoulders back, upper arms back. Lift your chest. Lift yourself nice and tall. Good. And we're going to take the right hand across to the left knee. The left hand will come behind you. And inhale, lengthen, and exhale and twist. Okay, and this is also an upper back twist, but your hips might come into this. And if you feel like your right hip wants to move forward and left hip shifts back slightly, let that happen. So let your sacrum and your ilium stay together. Great. Good. We'll inhale and exhale, release. It's nice to pause and center for a moment. Just feel everything unwinding. And then we'll take the same twist on the opposite side. So the left hand will come across to the right knee. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale and twist. You're going to turn that right shoulder back, lift your chest, and turn. Good. We'll inhale and exhale and release. Great. All right, how are you feeling?
Great.
Good. Okay, we're going to end off detoxed. You know what? And the truth is, you'll feel the effects of the practice maybe an hour later or 20 minutes later. Generally not right out. You feel good when you're doing yoga, but it's after when the sweetness comes in. So from here, I'm going to have Hart come to lie down. Great. And as he comes down, he'll hug his knees into his chest. And this is just a nice way to get grounded. You can rock a little bit. It's nice to kind of hug those knees in as tight as you can and kind of resist the knees under the hands. And we're just going to end with a lying down twist. So from here, Hart will come to center. You'll open your arms out to the side, almost like a T, palms face up. And as you exhale, we're going to drop the knees over to the right side. That's it. So Hart has his knees up nice and high. The higher you bring the knees to the arms, the deeper your twist is going to be. And then you can turn your head to the left and breathe here. Good. And there's lots of ways to deepen this twist and to find new ways that work for you. The best way to practice yoga is under the eyes of a teacher. And so if you can find a teacher you like and trust to guide your practice, then you're going to have a much happier practice, more balanced practice. Good. Okay, and then he'll bring his head to neutral. And you'll inhale, bring your knees back up. If you want to hug your knees in here, take a moment, that's fine. And then go to the second side. And drop the knees over. Good. Okay, so I'll let Hart stay in this twist for a few breaths. We're going to end off with Shavasana. Shavasana is the last pose you'll find in any yoga class you go to. It's translated as corpse pose. And the idea is that, you're almost practicing. You're going to lie down flat and let everything go. And it's a challenging pose, but one worth doing because it gives the body an opportunity to absorb what's been flushed, for everything to come back and be hopefully more open and more efficient. Good. And so I'll have Hart bring himself up and he'll place his feet on the floor, stretch his legs out. Good. And then he's going to lower his arms so they can go below shoulder height. That's perfect. Palms face up, feet will flop, and you'll breathe here. and rest here for anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes. You can cover yourself with a blanket. If your back is bothering you, you can throw something underneath your knees just to relieve a little bit. And then just be with your breath, consciously releasing. So that's awesome. So I'm going to leave hard here. I'm going to thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. Happy yoga. Namaste.